You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible. Well, 9 Democrats voted no, but the most arrogant one was the Arizona Senator Kyrsten Sinema. Look at this.
70% of their revenue compared to 2019. And these are people who are hustling to do stand-up, pop-up windows and all sorts of things to keep the restaurants and restaurant employment working.
This, like, really? Okay, there was a, let me know, do y'all have the tweet that she sent out? Pull this tweet up. This is what she posted in 2014. A full-time minimum wage earner makes less than $16K a year. This one's a no-brainer. Tell Congress to hashtag raise the wage. Yeah. Rob, I got a feeling that that video is going to come back to haunt Kyrsten Sinema.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's an easy video to use. And then you can use that tweet you just showed when she was raising money from people probably that couldn't give a whole lot. She probably raised like millions of dollars from that tweet. Like, oh, she supports this. She wants to support ideas. And then when she gets there, she does what too many Democrats do. We need, they flip when they get there and don't stand for conviction and wonder why we lose elections that we shouldn't lose, because we get these type of politicians that say that they're with us and they get there and they act cute and do something like that. It should be used against her. Like, that's inexcusable. And it shows just that there's no moral conviction and there's no follow through on the core issues that Democrats say that they care about. Yes, there are many that do. But when you got nine that are willing to vote against you, and then when you got one that's so arrogant about it, like, what does that say about the state of the Democratic Party? That just says we have a Democratic Party that is there just because we know how bad the Republican Party is. So we need the Democratic Party to actually do some things and stand up and not just say we're not Republicans. It's not enough.
There were, again, 9 senators, and then I'm going to show you who they are, and it's important to be able to know where folks stand. And so this is what. First of all, these are the number of senators who would not sponsor Sanders' standalone bill. It was Carper, Coons, Cortez, Masto, Hassan, Hickenlooper, Kelly, King, Manchin, Menendez, Shaheen, Sinema, and Tester. Of that particular group, 9 of those senators actually voted against this particular bill. Michael, it says a whole lot. If you can't vote $15 an hour, how in the hell are you going to go back to your district and try to make plain to folks who are having issues making a living that you care about them?
Yeah, you're right about that, Roland. And I really want to hear from them what their reasoning was behind this, because raising the federal minimum wage, we talked about this last Friday on the show. Federal minimum wage has not been raised in 12 years, okay? And to raise it to $15 an hour, and it's important for people to understand, it's not $15 an hour immediately. It's increasing by $1 a year up until the year 2025. That's the proposal from Bernie Sanders. $1 increment increase each year until the year 2025. So I want to hear from them what their reasoning is behind this. But the other thing is, I'm all for holding Democrats accountable, but we also have to hold, I'm not saying you're not doing this, but we also have to hold Republicans accountable as well. Because raising the federal minimum wage to $15 an hour, raising the federal minimum wage to $15 an hour will help a whole lot of poor white Republicans. Yep. They keep voting for these Republicans in office. They keep screwing them over. Okay?
They don't pretend like they stand for that, though. That's the difference. They don't pretend like that. Republicans are about cutting taxes for the rich, and Democrats say they are standing for working poor. So do what you say. I mean, that's all I'm saying. And Republicans do what they say. They got there and they passed that tax bill with no problem, giving corporations all types of benefits. There was hardly any defections. And I'm saying I expect the same thing when Democrats are in power.
Right. Now, the other thing I think is important to understand, and Roland's talked about this before, is that the Democratic Party, and I'm neither Democrat nor Republican, but at the same time, I ain't stupid. I'm looking at who keeps blocking these bills. The Democratic Party is a bigger tent. There's more diversity in the Democratic Party than it is the Republican Party. But Yeah, this is critical. Now, the other thing that's really important in the article from CBS News that deals with the $1.9 trillion economic relief package, the American Rescue Plan, Bernie Sanders on Thursday said he wants to propose an amendment during this vote-a-rama. He wants to propose an amendment to raise the tipped minimum wage, which is currently $2.12 an hour to $14.75 an hour over 7 years. Now, we doubt if that passes, but a lot of people, I don't think, understand that the tip minimum wage is federal policy as well, which once again ties into laws and policies and things like this. So, yeah, this is critical.
Candace, Greg Sargent put this tweet out. He says, here are the numbers of people who make under $15 per hour in states and senators who voted no on the hike after 2019. Sinema's is number one, 839,000. Far outdistancing Manchin in West Virginia, 229,000. Carper, 106,000. Coons in Connecticut, 106,000. Hassan, 146,000. Shaheen, New Hampshire, 146,000. Wow, that says a whole lot right there.
It does. It really shows a number of politicians who are probably out of touch with what it means, obviously, to live in poverty, especially when we're in the time of COVID. And I think what's interesting to note is that, come May, Joe Biden said that we're going to have almost all adults have the availability of having the COVID test. So we're talking about people who are going to come out and try to get back to work at a time when they need these types of monies. Of course, it's going to be incremental, but at least the hope and knowing that you have people who are in office supporting you because you have voted them in, that makes a difference. And this is why voting is so important, right? So that we can change policies by changing the people who are in office, who have no idea, who are not at the ground, who don't understand what's going on when it comes to making $30,000 a year and raising 5 children. That's what people are doing out there. $839,000 is something that people don't make over 10, 20-year periods at a time, depending upon how much they make. So this is a number of politicians who are out of touch and can't even understand, can't even sympathize or empathize with what exactly is going on at the ground.
All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment.
It's time to be smart. When we control our institutions, we win. This is the most important news show on television of any racial background. Y'all put $2, $3, $4, $5, $10, $15, $20, $30 on this and keep this going. What you've done, Roland, since this crisis came out in full bloom. Anybody watching this, tell your friends. Go back and look at the last 2 weeks, especially of Roland Martin Unfiltered. I mean, hell, go back and look at the last 2 days. You've had sitting United States senators today, Klobuchar and Harris. Whatever you have that you can bring to Roland Martin Unfiltered to support it, please do, because this information may literally save your life.
Watch Roland Martin Unfiltered daily at 6 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, or Periscope, or go to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered Daily Digital Show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Our goal is to get 20,000 of our fans contributing $50 each for the whole year. You can make this possible. RolandMartinUnfiltered.com.